My name is Isabella Ravella, and I'm the daughter of Major Troy Gilbert.
My name is Ginger Gilbert Ravella. I'm Major Troy Gilbert's widow. We met in college in Texas in the school cafeteria.
There are so many silly photos of them together in undergrad and them falling in love and just doing fun things out in West Texas.
Sweet day. There was something about him that was very confident but humble. He was about other people. Super handsome, very handsome. We were so young, we dated, and I think I always knew he was the one. We got married in Clovis, New Mexico at a little church, and our reception was at the officers club. Troy knew, he wanted to go in and be an officer, and he wanted to fly. And not just flying for fun, but flying for his country. Flying gave him a sense of freedom and also a sense of power to be in command in the sky, and it's just up to you and what you know to keep you safe. He waited for 4 years to get into pilot training, so he was a personnel officer, so he pushed a lot of paperwork. Not his dream, but gave him a good foundation. He really felt like in that 4 years trying to get into pilot training that he became the person, the man that he really wanted to be. That was when our oldest son, Boston, was born. Flight school was 2 years. We were in pilot training. I feel like I was too. In that time, we had our second son. Troy was top of his class, and so he got to pick. He got the F-16, and we got to go overseas, and we went to Italy. That's where Bella was born. He was so happy the day she was born. His dream was to have a little girl, especially after having sons. He called her his pretty princess. You were very teeny.
People most often say that my dad's determined spirit, it lives on in me in ways that involve how I treat other people. We both share a really genuine curiosity.
Troy loved to camp, he loved to hike.
Hiking, camping, even road tripping. A lot of that more adventurous, extroverted, go-getter spirit does come from him and from the things that he loved doing in his free time.
Troy's second assignment after flying fighters in Italy was to be an instructor pilot. And so he went back, and towards the end of our assignment at Luke Air Force Base, as Troy was instructing guys how to fly the F-16, working as an aide for the general and working for President Bush in Air Force One, we had twins. And then when they were 3 months old is when he found out that he was going to Iraq. It was a unique ask for him to go to Iraq. General Robin Rand would be called to duty and be the commander at Balad Air Base, Iraq. And so he wanted to take his top pilot with him, and Troy was his top pilot. I guess it felt like maybe he could have said no, but he said, I've trained my whole life to do this, and I know it's what I'm supposed to do. When you become husband and wife, their dreams are your dreams. And so, yeah, I was really, really proud to be an Air Force fighter pilot's wife, yeah.
I can't be with you this Christmas, and it breaks my heart. I miss you guys, I love you very much. I do want, obviously, to do what we've always done, and I want to read for you out of Luke, the Christmas passage. So hopefully you guys can play it and know that I'm there with you in spirit, and I love you, and I miss you, and I wish I was drinking your hot cider right now, and in your arms, and kids, I wish I was there to help you open the presents, and give you a big hug and a kiss.
My dad was deployed to Baghdad, Iraq. It was supposed to be a 6-month deployment.
When he left September 3rd of 2006, and we kissed him goodbye, I feel like in my mind I was already making plans for his arrival back home.
About halfway through, my mom got the knock on the front door.
Right after Thanksgiving, I had set the Christmas tree up the night before, and I had told the kids, okay, when you get home from school today, we're gonna put the decorations on the tree just like we always did with Dad. I heard a knock at the front door, and I thought that was kind of strange. I opened the front door and saw the sea of blue Air Force uniforms. And for just a split second, I thought, I wonder what they're doing here, And then I looked at their faces, and I knew something must have happened. They said, probably some really official statement, that On behalf of the United States Air Force, we have to inform you that your husband, Major Troy Gilbert, and his F-16 went down in a combat mission a few hours ago. And I just remember, crying and screaming, like, we have 5 kids. Like, this can't happen. This is gonna happen to us.
My dad's story has involved a lot of moving pieces and a lot of people. Essentially, he got a call over the radio that there was a downed helicopter, multiple men on the desert floor facing enemy fire, and there were incoming insurgent trucks, enough to cause extreme alarm. My dad answered the call, circled back to the site, and essentially made 2 passes, one firing at the enemy trucks, and then the second pass, the back end of his plane hit the floor and he crashed. I've heard men from that day describe him as calm, cool, collected, and also extremely determined.
Troy did more than he should have to fight that enemy back and protect us on the ground because he understood the direness of the situation.
The number of men Troy saved was probably upwards of 40 or 50. And all those men got to go home to their families because of what Troy did that day.
That was a definite, distinctive moment where, things could have been different. My life, my family's life, the life of the guys I was with could have been markedly different without the heroism and bravery of Troy Gilbert.
Our family, I think, has kind of the assurance in that he knew exactly what he was doing and made the decision to put others before self, despite the cost, which obviously for us was great, but I think I received those stories and am grateful for them because it means, I know exactly who my dad was.
He lived and died his beliefs. Nothing about that day really surprised me because that was the way he lived his life. But yet, on the other hand, it completely turned our world upside down. Call sign Trojan means warrior.
They confirmed by DNA evidence that he had died, and his body was stolen from the crash site and then recovered over a multiple-year investigation.
In the fall of 2016, almost 10 years to the day that he died, I got that call that I'd waited for forever, which was that he had been found fully intact. The kids and I were there waiting for his body to come back to this country. And it wasn't the homecoming that I had planned. It was still the most meaningful homecoming we could have ever hoped and prayed for. College was really not on my radar. Troy and I hadn't even started saving for college. I mean, we were just kind of barely making it financially at that point because I'd pretty much quit working, and Children of Fallen Patriots, just said, hey, we're going to be here for your family someday when you need us. And I thought, well, I don't know if we're ever going to make it that far, but that'd be great.
I had always heard about Children of Fallen Patriots. Growing up with Boston and Greyson, and observing Children of Fallen Patriots really step up and support them through financial aid, but also through events and opportunities was really cool.
Boston, our oldest, went to SMU to play D1 soccer. Children of Fallen Patriots was there for him for his sport management degree. And then Greyson, our second son, who was just 6 when Troy died, just graduated from Clemson University, and Children of Fallen Patriots was there for him as well.
I'm in the Honors College at Belmont University.
Cynthia Kim called and said, what does Bella need? How can we help her? How can we support her?
I think I remember tearing up at some point on the phone and just thinking, like, I'm having the best conversation ever with someone I don't know, but that clearly cares very deeply about my family, myself, and my education. And that conversation on the phone with her involved exciting things and fun things, and also a really thoughtful kind of comment from her about connections that would be made and contacts that could be shared, and that meant a lot to me.
Children of Fallen Patriots is there in ways that maybe they don't even realize. It goes well beyond the classroom.
This is not just the person that will send you a check in the mail, but this is the person that you can call when you have this problem, or when you need a connection, or when you have a question about just on-campus life.
There's a peace that comes with knowing that other people want to see your kids succeed and have a vested interest in them achieving their dreams. And I am so grateful to Children of Fallen Patriots.
Yeah, I'm really excited about what's to come.